Yo, it's Friday.
Yo, what up? This is Dr. Dre.
It's Dr. Dre.
Thank God it's Friday.
Good morning, good noon, good evening, whatever time and place you're listening to us from, straight from the 909. We got Mark.
Yo.
Ali.
What up?
Myself, Isaiah, and together,
That's hip-hop.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It really does mean a lot. Today we're talking about a legend who is often celebrated more for his production genius than being a lyrical heavyweight, but nonetheless, he is still known for his iconic rapping style and has managed to carve his own distinct identity. As an MC, Dr. Dre delivers verses with measured, authoritative cadence, never overly flashy, but always commanding. His flow is deliberate and clear, often leaning on direct storytelling, braggadocio, and street realism, instead of intricate wordplay or rapid-fire delivery. Dre's strength lies in his presence and tone. And when he raps, he feels like an executive making a statement, reinforcing his role as a leader and an architect in the West Coast hip-hop. His legacy as a rapper is inseparable from his work as a producer and mogul. While he's not revered as a top-tier lyricist in the same way as like Nas or Rakim, Dre's verses carry cultural weight because of his status as a visionary who set the stage for others. You know, like with projects like The Chronic in 2001, he's not only given the world his own iconic verses, but also spotlighted talents like Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar. His delivery symbolizes the voice of authority in G-Funk, and his presence on the track often elevates it with credibility and timelessness. As a rapper-producer hybrid, Dre's influence is enormous. He proved that you don't have to be the most lyricist to have a lasting impact, as long as your voice, production, and vision aligns to your cultural movement. We're talking about his debut album, The Chronic, released December 15th, 1992 by the record label Death Row Records, infamous label, along with the Interscope Records, distributed by Priority Records. I don't know how all that works, but it works somehow. The Chronic was Dr. Dre's first solo album after he departed from the West Coast hip-hop group NWA and its label Ruthless Records over financial disputes. The album features appearances by the then emerging rapper Snoop Dogg, Jules, RBX, Daz, Nate Dogg, Warren G, Corrupt, Lady of Rage, DOC, Emerge, and Bushwick Bill. That was
RBX.
Dope. Yeah, that was a dope one. The singles from this were Nothing But a G Thang, Dr. Dre Day, and Let Me Ride. Ooh. The Chronic reached number 3 on the Billboard 200 and has been certified triple platinum with sales of 3 million copies in the U.S., making Dre one of the top 10 best-selling performance artists of 1993. The Chronic spent 8 months on the top 10 Billboard. Nothing But a G Thing reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the Hot Rap Singles and Hot R&B Singles charts. This production popularized G-Funk subgenre within gangsta rap. The Chronic has been widely regarded as one of the most important and influential albums of the 1990s and one of the best produced hip-hop albums of all time. In 2019, the album was selected by the Library of Congress for preservation in the National Recording Registry. That's a dope honor. In 1993, Nothing But a G Thing, Let Me Ride were nominated at the 36 Grammy Awards, with the latter winning Best Rap Solo Performance for Dr. Dre. This is definitely one of the most standout classics in hip-hop for the West Coast, establishing G-Funk. I mean, there's a lot to say about this album, and it's an honor to cover this one. Dr. Dre doing The Chronic. What was it like when you guys first heard this album?
I got kind of it's kind of twofold. I would say as a kid, maybe around like 5 or 6. I remember seeing the Nothing But a G Thing video all the time. My mom would, watch videos, and I would see that video come on a lot. And then also, like a lot of my uncles they would throw like, functions, and I remember going to those apartments being, again, like 5, 6 years old, 7, and they're playing, nothing but a G Thang, Let Me Ride, Dre Day. Like I remember hearing those songs as a child, not knowing what I'm listening to, obviously, but I can remember those beats coming on and just that atmosphere, just like that's what was going on in LA at the time. Like that's just what it was. But I would say when I got older, when I could actually process what I'm actually listening to, I would say high school, maybe freshman or sophomore year was when I really kind of dove into it. Because 2001, again, I mentioned this when we did Marshall Mathers LP. I bought 2001 and Marshall Mathers LP on the same day. Those are the first albums I ever bought with my own money. Clean version, obviously. But so after living with 2001 for about a year, 2 years, then I went back and really dove into the Chronic, and just, again, production-wise, that album was at least 10 years ahead, production-wise, and just it's such a landmark for so many reasons. It was the proper introduction to Snoop. You know what I mean? Like, Deep Cover was the first time we ever heard him, but the Chronic was the showcase for Snoop. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then obviously
Deep Cover was actually a soundtrack for the movie Deep Cover.
For the movie Deep Cover, yeah. Right, so the song Deep Cover was on the soundtrack for Deep Cover. And that was the introduction to Snoop. And then we get the Chronic, which I always say is like the showcase of Snoop, before we get into Doggy Style, which we've already covered, which was the launching pad. It's like a continuation. Yeah, that's the stamp of approval that, but the Chronic is the album that made everybody say, we need a Snoop album now, because Snoop was the star of the album. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whereas Dre was the star sonically, but I feel like this was the album, because he had already done, Straight Outta Compton and, N-Words for Life, the second NWA album. But the Chronic, I feel like, was the album where we begin to see Dre's role as the Quincy Jones of hip hop.
Yeah, this is this is a debut of a different sort, where he is more of the producer, the assist man in terms of the verse. Yeah, because Ali's correct, and we said it when we covered Doggy Styles, where this was kind of like a Snoop rollout album, where the highly anticipated artist was featured on the Chronic almost it was like half or 3/4 of the joint. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And even to where Snoop Dogg even commented on it, it's like, I'm on most of all these tracks. Mm-hmm. Just because he was able to, his lyrical style is that infectious. Like, why wouldn't I want to have this guy who could ride G-Funk beats like crazy on these tracks?
Right.
We also have a nice showcase to where, hey, look, we could put a nice little synthesizer here, a nice sample there, Parliament Funkadelic inspired themes and inside rap songs. Yeah, it's what they needed. It was a good marriage to have, because now you have G-Funk, and now you have the budding artists in around this time, to where you'll see later on in the 2000s where it's like, oh, we can see where they got that sound from.
Correct. And I mean, this is the foundation. Like, the West Coast had a sound before this, but I feel like this album really cemented what the West Coast sound was going to be. Pretty much.
Yeah, because NWA was totally different from
it was a different sound. It was like it felt West Coast because they were from Compton, whereas the Chronic really gave California a true sound. Like, even you listen to like Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted, he did that in New York. Death Certificate, he gets a little more West Coast, friendlier vibes on the beats. But after the Chronic, or right around the same time, Cube drops Predator. That's where it goes. Cube West Coast. Is sounding like the West Coast for real. Like, we have a sound now. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is the album that really broadcasted to America and the world. This is what California sounds like in hip hop.
And like, before Dre and the Chronic, what were people listening to with like their Impalas and stuff? Like, that's what, for me, it's like, I don't know what you listen to with the Chronic being absent. Like if you're cruising, you're 6'4" and stuff like
the other joints, it's Zapp and Roger.
Right. Yeah. Zapp, Ohio Players, Parliament. Like you're playing all the stuff that inspired what was made.
James Brown.
Like you even like on like there's a scene on Menace to Society where they're driving to get the guys that killed Kane's cousin, and they're listening to Al Green. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is 90. You know what I mean? It's 93. Like they're listening to Al Green on the way to unalive some people. Right. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the alternative. If you weren't listening to Dre or Compton's Most Wanted or DJ Quick or Too Short, if you weren't listening to that, you were listening to the songs that ended up inspiring all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like that stuff was really the soundtrack to what we ended up getting.
I mean, in this early time too, who was on the level of doing it like Dre as a producer, like perfecting the beat like that?
Probably Quick is the only other comparison on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Is Quick is the only other one to this level is DJ Quick.
Let's expand that. Let's say just in the U.S.
Oh,
Premier.
Yeah, because Premier's still doing his thing. Perfecting the beat, like perfecting the
Q-Tip. You know what I mean? With Tribe. I would say
Pete Rock.
Pete Rock for sure. Yes, Pete Rock. Yep. I would say Pete Rock, Premier, and Q-Tip. I would say those are probably the big three outside of California around this time. That's really the heavy hitting producer. Because see, the term super producer wasn't really a thing yet. Yeah. That didn't really start till Illmatic. You know what I mean? When Nas recruits Preem, Q-Tip, Large Professor. You know what I mean? All them on the same album. Pete Rock. You know what I mean? The guys we just mentioned, all on one album. Before we get Illmatic, pretty much every album is one producer. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what it is. And, like, with Dre, again, see, Dre collaborates, you know what I mean? And, some people give him criticism for it. But that's why I always say I compare him more to Quincy Jones. Like, Quincy Jones doesn't necessarily press every button that's on the Michael Jackson album. But Quincy Jones may help come up with the instrumentation. He'll get the drummer to play this. He'll get a bass player for this, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, that's what Dre does too.
So Dre is doing that. Dre is, he's pushing some of the buttons, but he may have one of his major co-producer at this time. His name was The Glove. He basically will help co-produce about half of these joints. Daz would help him as well with like Doggy Style and stuff like that. Like Daz would, kind of jump in.
And there's other guy that plays the piano too. I forget his name. But
Scott Storch later.
Scott Storch.
Yeah. So later on, you would get Scott Storch doing that. Like the Still DRE melody, Scott Storch came up with that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
it's like when a coach has a football coach he'd be the main head coach, but he would also have special teams. He would have the offensive coordinator,
quarterback coach. Yep.
Right.
Phil Jackson have his assistant coaches.
Correct.
This is it's no different to where when
like
Dr. Dre,
when
Dr. Dre would just have people assisting him in the production, but he is the main vein of it.
Correct. And he's, again, his specialty was, some people produce records. Dre produced stars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always say that was Dre's superpower. He made stars. Yeah. And Snoop being the first one he really made on his own. Like NWA, they were all, together. Whereas he leaves NWA, Snoop is the first star he actually made, from scratch. And then later on we get Eminem, and then we get 50 Cent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You'd
be hard-pressed to find a producer who makes dope beats but also produces as many stars as Dr. Dre. I don't think there's any.
Nah, if you add the star element to
even
it,
the game,
Dre, Game. Again, he never really produced Kendrick fully per se, but his co-sign to Kendrick Lamar is when he started to take off. Once Dre said his name, that's when he became more of a name.
Yeah.
Before that, he still was, known basically just on the internet. So the Dre cosign is the greatest cosign in rap. It just is. I mean, the Jay-Z cosign can do something. Because
he's so hard to get to. Dre is untouchable as far as like accessibility. You can't just get a phone call.
People are like, man, I don't got Dre's number. I've heard so many times where interviews is like, you just can't call Dre. You just can't call Eminem. He's one of those dudes where you just can't call him.
Yeah. Dre, I mean, this album established, like I said, not just, I guess to me, if they made a list of the most important hip hop albums, to me, The Chronic has to be in the top 5 because it established the West Coast, it established Snoop, it established Dre, it established Death Row. It started so many foundational pieces of hip hop in the 90s and beyond.
Even Eazy-E, because Eazy-E still, I heard through the contract, still got residuals.
Well, that's what Eazy was saying. He was getting paid.
Getting Both Thugs and Harmony and starting to really.
So that was also part of what we would, and we'll get into the beef part of it, but that also was a part of this. You know what I mean? Suge getting involved. Getting Dre out the contract, you know what I mean? Again, there's many stories of
just have a big muscle.
There's many stories of how it happened, but the truth of the matter is,
the true villain in hip hop.
Like I said, there's many stories of how it happened. What we do know is one minute he was on Ruthless, the next minute he wasn't.
Right. Spider-Man had Kingpin.
You know what I mean?
The West Coast had their version of Kingpin, and that was Suge Knight.
Yeah, Suge Knight. I mean, and again. The brilliance of Suge Knight. See, we don't talk about it enough because there's so much drama surrounded with his name. Unfortunately, like that's the part about it I hate because we can't have. I remember one time, one of the homies posted something. He was like, "Yeah, I wish one day they could do like a documentary or something highlighting the greatness of Suge Knight." I said they could, but you can't because you have to add the drama to it.
Yeah, you have to sell tickets, my friend.
Because that's the part of his greatness.
You can't just mention all the good stuff because he did so much bad too. Like unfortunately,
how do you get Dr. Dre out of this bad contract? Like you have to have some sort of villain in order to do his greatness.
I seen a story that Bobby Brown he had a bounty on his head because he owed this drug dealer money, and Suge heard about, because Suge was doing his bodyguard at the time. Yeah. Once Suge heard about the situation, Suge did Suge, and all of a sudden the bounty was gone.
Disappeared.
Yeah. What he did, I don't know. But one minute there was a bounty on Bobby Brown's head, the next minute there was no bounty.
Or if it wasn't for Suge, we wouldn't have Tupac out of jail.
Come on, like that's what I'm saying. So there's in the business mind, again, that part you have to mention. He was the first, what I would call like mega mogul in hip hop.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy. Yeah.
He made $100 million before Puff, before Jay, before Master P, before any of them.
He scared Puff.
Before any of those guys touched $100 million, Suge did that first.
Yeah.
Like people, like that's something people don't talk about enough. And to Suge's credit, and he mentioned it obviously on the Source Awards, about being all in the videos and everything. But Suge was able to get these albums and these hits and this stuff done in the shadows. Nothing but a G Thang. Suge Knight's not in that video. Let Me Ride, Dre Day, Gin and Juice. Suge Knight's in none of the videos.
That's so weird to me that he's not in the video.
Any of them.
You would think he would cameo or something.
You look at Rockefeller, Dame Dash is in the videos. Right. Bad Boy, Diddy's all in the videos. That's where that comment came from. Like Suge in the background, just counting money and writing contracts, good or bad. But that's good or bad. But that's what he was doing. That partnership. Yeah. That's why I had to just spend a couple minutes, talking about Suge, because he's instrumental in this album even getting done in the first place.
Facts. Style wise, when you hear Dr. Dre, what are you guys thinking when you hear somebody like Dr. Dre? It's crazy because we have different examples of hybrid producer rapper, but Dre actually holds his own. Like he's actually dope. Like I seen Mos Def even compliment him. He was like, no, he goes, Dre is actually dope.
Yeah.
Like I don't care if somebody wrote his lines or not. Like he's spitting. Like,
somebody has to deliver them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it comes down to. This album, most of Dre's lyrics are written either by DOC or Snoop.
Yeah. DOC doing a lot of work.
DOC does a lot of the writing on this one. Yeah. And props to Dre, DOC, and even Suge, like to facilitate that role for DOC after he lost his voice in that car accident. Yeah. He gets in that bad car accident, messes up his vocal cords.
DOC's voice, right?
Yeah, DOC.
That's crazy.
He gets in a bad car accident, messes up his vocal cords, basically kills his career because he had only one album, which is amazing, by the way. Yeah. No One Could Do It Better is such a dope album. But that car accident happens, and his voice is gone.
Oh, that sucks.
So he turns the talent of his lyricism to being a writer, and Dre was the main person he was writing for.
Well, that's dope. I heard you can make money doing that too.
Oh yeah, being a ghostwriter, yeah. I mean, sometimes I would say sometimes it's ghostwriter, sometimes he's credited. It just depends. But his writing into Dre's style, I would say, you know, if we're talking about Dre's style as an MC, it's straight to the point. It's authoritative.
Yep.
It's commanding. You know his voice when you hear it. You know, Dre's not trying to go crazy over your head with bars.
No.
He's trying to say what's effective for the record. And like with the Chronic, it was more about hard hitting, fun, partying, you know what I mean, getting disrespectful when it was time to diss. That's kind of where Dre's style was on here. Whereas you get to 2001, he's a little older, he's been through a lot more. He's more introspective on that one. You see what I'm saying? So Dre showed he can go to that side as well. We don't really get that on the Chronic. He's still young. He's still involved with a bunch of shit going on.
Yeah.
But on 2001, he's a whole different, the Watcher, you know, what's the difference, the message, the introspection of Dr. Dre is a much different artist than here. Here, like I said, it's partying, it's dissing, it's, you know, having fun, it's I'm trying to make hits, I want to make you feel good. You know, this is also was fresh off the Rodney King riots as well.
Yeah. Yep.
The Rodney King riots happened April of that year.
I think this was a couple of months after
so this
that.
Is months after. Yeah, this came out December. The Rodney King riots was April 92. This is December 92. So he's making this album during that time off the back of this LA uprising over the Rodney King verdict. You know what I mean? So that verdict and those riots spawned, you know, the energy that made this album, which what he was saying, I saw a documentary about those riots and this how hip hop related to it. He was just like, yeah, we wanted to have fun. You know what I mean? And that's what the Chronic was. Like I said, I remember being young, hearing some of these songs at functions. Like this was like West Coast function music, past the 40s, drink the Tanqueray, the gin and juice, whatever you was sipping
Smoke an
on,
ounce to this.
smoking, like chilling, playing dominoes, cards. Like this was that era for that. You know what I mean? Like you see the scene in Boys in the Hood where Doughboy, you know, they have the picnic when he gets out of jail. Again, the Chronic isn't out yet at that time, but that's the atmosphere the Chronic was doing. It was for those West Coast picnics, you know, barbecues, functions. It just was made for that. Like, you know, California isn't really known for club culture.
Yeah.
We're known for function and, you know, house parties. Like that's what we do here. You know what I mean? And this album was a major soundtrack to it. And Dre's style as an MC was perfect for these beats that he made.
Yeah, it's like someone said that it was like NWA was getting people attention, but like the Chronic had people understanding, like it went deeper into it, and we're like, oh okay, like how you said, like the riots and everything like that are in LA and stuff. People started to really understand. Like at first, it was just kind of like, oh, huh, like okay, you got our attention, but we don't know. And the Chronic really brought you in further, like, okay, this is what's going on. So I thought that was also cool. It's like they dug further and they evolved the sound and everything like that. So that was dope. What do you get, Mark, when you hear Dr. Dre spitting?
The authoritative delivery of the lyrics, him being able to take the lyrics being given to him, whether he writes them or not, just be able to deliver them in a way to where A, it's believable, B, it's imposing sometimes, especially if he's in the middle of a dissing verse. You kind of take it back like, oh damn, he means it. That's what a lot of people tend to forget about hip hop music. It's like, okay, cool, you could spit these lyrics, but do I believe them?
Right.
Yeah.
If you're talking about like we could talk about lyricism and you could talk about outer space, we don't believe that.
Like Still Dre, I believe that. I believe that came from him the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was from him. Like,
so, but I'm thinking in terms of the essence of reality, of his real problems. Mm-hmm. When he talks about those issues, whether they be about him or not, I believe them. And a lot of people don't put that across in lyricism. because they either go too fast or even within the delivery themselves, you could tell it's either satirical or it's just so out of this world written lyrically that you don't even believe it. But Dre finds that balance to where it's like the lyrics either I wrote or were given to me, that's negligible, but it's the delivery.
Yes.
And I believe it.
Correct.
Yeah. Even the writtens he got from Eminem, like even that, he made that believable too.
I mean, look at like I remember, I think it was I don't know I think Jay-Z might have said it where, because he wrote, Still DRE, and they said it's more like writing a paper and getting it edited. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I'm writing the lyrics, but like Dre is gonna get the final say on what's getting said,
right?
Because he's the one saying this stuff. So he
might chisel a little off.
Yeah, he may see a bar and be like, okay, instead of that, I'm gonna say this, or oh no, I like those 4 bars. Okay, this bar, maybe check that line out and put something else here. Like that's how he approached it, the stuff that was written for him. You know what I mean? So, and again, see the whole writing subject in hip hop, zero problem with it if you're not coming out saying I'm the best rapper.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre has never said I'm the best rapper, ever. Like, find a song where Dr. Dre says I'm the best rapper. If you find that song, then we can have a different conversation.
He says he got love for the streets.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Barbecues every day.
Dre has never called himself the best rapper. So if you're not trying to be in that conversation, I have no problem. I don't care if somebody wrote your bars. I don't. Unless you're trying to be in that conversation. That's different.
Well, he could say best producer.
That's different. That's a conversation he can say. Yeah. Dr. Dre is one. Like I said, if we're talking producing stars, there's no conversation to be had. That's Dr. Dre is number. The conversation starts at number 2. Yeah. Because if you go Snoop, Eminem, 50 Cent, that's enough there. We're not even talking about Game and Dog Pound and Kendrick and all these other people that he's facilitated their careers in some way, shape, or form. If we just leave it at Snoop, Eminem, and 50 Cent, that's already done. Like, come on now. So, yeah, Dre, his style as an MC is, and despite him being not so, crazy lyrical, he's a great stage performer.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre on stage was, I always say one of my regrets is that I wasn't old enough to go to the Up and Smoke tour. I always say that. Like, I really wish I was like 18, 19.
That's the kind of tour to make you a man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like 11 or 12 during that tour. But I wish I was like 18, 19.
Snoop.
Because I Cube, like I would have been there. Like, there's no way I'm missing that show if I'm 18 or 19.
With a little haze as if there's smoke in the air for some reason.
Like
a little smell of a skunk.
So, yeah, that's one other thing about Dre Stout. And he's a very, very good stage performer. Yeah. I mean, there's dudes that are
very surgical, too. Like, he can go rapid with it.
No pun intended.
Yeah. He could go rapid with it. He could, yeah.
Yeah.
Man. And then just the fact of him, like, I don't know. It's just different when Dre releases a banger. Because it takes over. Yeah. It's like a tsunami wave that you just cannot stop.
I mean, he did it 2 times.
He'll ruin your rollout.
Yeah. If Dre drops, stay in the house for a minute.
Say move it a couple months.
Say Clips were rolling this out or whatever. Right. If Dre dropped a banger, it would ruin the whole thing.
Yeah, you got to stay in. If we know Dre's dropping something, for the next 3 to 5 months, you just need to chill out.
Yeah.
You just need to chill out. You just need to chill out because Dre is gonna take over the game.
Yeah, it's like a bomb, just like
He did it. He did it twice.
Yeah,
he did it twice. You know what I mean? So
going into the album cover, where this one's kind of cut off actually, but for those who are listening, it has Dr. Dre written in big calligraphy over an image of him looking at you, just kind of giving you a mean mug look. He has a fitted cap on. And then this is also paying homage to the zigzag, like cigarettes that they would use to, roll a blunt. And then you have the Chronic, the title of the Chronic underneath. Really dope, like cool play on that too. I mean, one, it is the Chronic.
Yes.
But two, playing off of the zigzag thing, paying respects to that.
I also heard the name, the Chronic, really was just a metaphor for this album is dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. That's really what the Chronic means.
And then the Chronic itself is supposed to be like the higher level of weed too.
Yes.
I think Snoop Dogg said that when he was first told of this, it was like something Ponic, but he was so high he heard Chronic, and so they ran with Chronic. So that was like the origin story of how Chronic came to be. But I think that's a dope, like, just play on it. And the thing is, like, Chronic and hip hop are almost synonymous. Like, anytime you go to events, like, you're gonna probably smell weed.
Oh yeah.
You know. And,
No.
And so, like, the thing is with this, I should know. The thing is with this, it's yeah, kind of 1 and 1. But when you hear like the Chronic, instantly you're going to Dre, 2001.
100%.
And he furthers it in 2001 because it's like the Millennium Green.
Well, that was supposed to be called that. The original name for that album was supposed to be the Chronic 2000, but then this is when him and Suge were like super on the outs. So Suge, kind of getting wind of it, kind of pulled a hater move and puts out a compilation called the Chronic 2000 of Death Row like greatest hits, and called it the Chronic 2000, basically to step on that release. So then Dre couldn't call it that, so he just came up with 2001. Like, not even, it didn't really have a meaning because the album came out in November of '99. So 2000 was a whole, 2001 was a whole.
But it's a 2001.
You'll be so high you forget what year it is.
Yeah, 01 was a whole year away. Like, it wasn't even like he didn't just call it 2000. Like, 2000 was coming up, but no, he called it 2001, like way in advance. So that's just, again, he wanted to call it Chronic 2000 because, again, even Eminem mentions on Forgot About Dre, you know, from here on out it's the Chronic 2. Like, that was what the album was supposed to be, Chronic 2000, but yeah, Suge stepped
Not to be confused with Chronic 2000 by Suge Knight. This is 2001, released in 1999.
Confusing.
Super confusing. So unfortunately, he wasn't able to continue the lineage by name, even though by, you know, sound and by method, it basically was still a continuation album. But yeah, for this album, yeah, I mean, the Chronic album cover, it's one of those like, you see this album cover, you just know it.
It's like a pack of smokes you just want to purchase. And
you just know what it is. Like,
gut out the interior and roll something up.
What do you guys think out of this album cover? Is there anything else you guys pull, or is it just really kind of tying to the Zigzag reference?
I mean, whoever's on the forefront is supposed to be the spokesperson of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be like when you look at Uncle Ben's or even the just the feature player of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Just the
Sarah Lee.
Like the Mr.
And
Mr.
Jemima,
Clean.
Mr. Clean. Yeah.
Whoever's like the main person.
Yeah. He's the spokesperson for the Chronic.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think that's all. Because even with the Off-White, the Off-White even shows that it's going to be something else.
Now, I do like how on the side it does say featuring, you know, Snoop, you know, featuring, you know, the death row inmates.
Yeah.
And then it says Snoop Dogg, the DOC, you know, Jewel, you know, it mentions all the name RBX, like it has the names of a lot of the other people that are mentioned on the album. So I thought that's dope that they still get some love, you know, on the album cover.
Yeah, that's actually pretty dope. I like that because it's not just him, but he's also putting on these guys too.
Correct.
So that's dope. That's really dope. This is about the point in time when we get into three of our favorite tracks out of the album, and we go into the lyrics. We see whatever techniques are going on, if there's any punchlines, innuendos, metaphors, whatever, and then we break it down. So the three tracks that we went with, guys, this is going to be Dre Day.
Dre Day's first, yep.
Fuck with Dre Day, Let Me Ride.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went with
G Thang.
Nothing But a G Thang, baby. Now,
before we get into Dre Day, I got to just kind of give a little background. So Dre Day is a diss record. It's historic for a few reasons. This is the first diss record in rap that actually really was a hit song. Dre Day peaked at number 8 on the Hot 100. That was not a thing before this. Like, diss records were something that artists just kind of put out. It might go on an album, but rarely did they release diss records as a single to really try to move units.
Yeah.
This one, not only was it a hit song as far as radio play, but this was one of the first ones that had a really, like, a known video in heavy rotation. Like, MTV used to play Dre Day a lot. Like, I remember seeing the video for this song a lot. Like Dre Day was hot. It was a function record. It was something people played at parties. The video got a lot of play.
Yeah.
And they're dissing Eazy-E for, you know, the issues with Dre leaving Ruthless and all of that. Tim Dog, who really put out the first shot in the whole, you know, East-West thing. On record, you know, Tim Dog makes the diss record Fuck Compton. So Tim Dog being a rapper from the Bronx. Yeah, he's a rapper from the Bronx. And NWA's doing their thing. And this dude just come out and says, fuck Compton.
Tim Dog.
And Tim Dog goes in. Like, he really was going in.
Funny that it happens to be Tim Dog.
Tim Dog, right.
The dog
so he does that. So he comes out with, you know, fuck Compton. And in the third verse, they go in on a little bit on Luke Skywalker, Uncle Luke from 2 Live Crew, because he did a song called Faking Like Gangsters. So they kind of took that as some shots at them. I don't know if it was confirmed that he really was talking about them, but they felt like he was, so they went at him too. But like I said, so each verse, they're going at somebody. And what I kind of like about the second verse, and we'll go into it, but the Tim Dog, you know, part, you know, Dre let Snoop handle that. You know what I mean? Dre didn't even mention Tim Dog one time. Even though he's going at Dre, Snoop was the one that kind of just went on, and after that verse, we really never heard from Tim Dog after that, because the song was so big, and yeah, he shitted on him. So yeah, and
mainly it was on Eazy-E, the music video.
Yes, with
it stayed consistent.
They had AJ Johnson, who played Ezell, and Friday playing Sleazy E in the video. He was running around, getting chased around, playing this cowardly character. He's also from Compton too, so it's funny because he plays him in Dre Day and also in Eazy's Response, Real, you know, motherfucking G's. So he plays the Sleazy E character in both videos because he was like, I was cool with both of them, so I'm not in this. You know what I mean? So he played Eazy kind of looking like a punk in this video, but then he also plays the same character in Eazy's video when he's dissing Dre, and the real Eazy and all his dudes is beating him up and chasing him down. So
that's crazy.
They really, right, he plays the same dude getting punked on twice. But he was like, AJ Johnson was like, look, I'm cool with both of them. I'm from Compton. I used to see these dudes around the way. I'm not in this. You know what I mean? Like he made that very clear. I'm not in this. You know what I mean? So
I'm just playing getting beat up.
That's it. You know what I mean? So
I'm just here for the check.
And then my last note on this song, I gotta just say, a lot of lyrics in this record are pause worthy.
Oh yeah.
So
I was telling the guys earlier, this would not happen today.
No, this record is not sounding like this today. So we're just gonna just say one giant pause right now for the entire song. I'm not saying pause after every other bar we reading these lyrics. I'm gonna just say pause for the whole song. So boom.
We take you guys to have a lot of emotional maturity.
Yes.
With that, I don't want to imagine we did this live all of a sudden. Hey yo,
right?
Like, so, this is not even my lyrics. Bro.
Saying,
what are we doing?
We're just gonna say pause already for the whole
Dr.
song.
Dre, not me.
Mark wrote these. Mark wrote these.
Just want
I go so for Dre on these ones.
So yeah, well, I just want to get that out. So all right, we'll go ahead and start with Dre Day.
Ghost wrote for Dre on this one. Mr. Buster, where the fuck you at? Can't scrap a lick, so I know you got your gat. Your dick on hard from fucking your road dogs. The hoods you grew up with, don't even respect your ass. That's why it's time for the doctor to check your ass. Used to be my homie, used to be my ace. Now I want to slap the taste out of your mouth. Make you bow down to the row. Fucking me, now I'm fucking you, little hoe. Sorry, I had to stop there.
Yeah, just show. This is a good example and a good time to show you that this is imposing.
Yes.
As elementary as these lyrics sound, they have to be presented in a way where it's like, okay, no, like he's for real.
They're not playing. Like
yeah, that's true too. Like,
this is the height of, you know, Dre and Eazy's, you know, issues. And yeah, Dre pulled no punches and everything.
Yeah, this is like straight up in your face, direct.
They're just straight disrespect.
Yeah. Oh, you don't think I forgot? Let you slide? Let me ride. Just another homicide. Yeah, it's me, so I'm going to talk on, stomping on the easy streets that you walk on.
Easiest
streets that you walk on. So strap up your Compton hat. your lokes and watch your back because you might get smoked, loke. Woo, way to flip that. And pass the bud and stay low key, BG, because you lost all your homies, love. Now call it what you want to. You fucked with me. Now it must be that I fuck with you.
So now BG, that's term for baby gangster. So you know, OG, that's original gangster. BG is a baby gangster. That's
BG?
Before BG kind of made that a cool thing. The rapper from Cash Money.
Yeah.
In this context, that's a diss.
Interlude, you better raise up. Yeah, what's that's what I'm fucking talking about. With your motherfucking record companies surrounded. Put down your candy and let the little bit boy go. You know what I'm saying, punk motherfucker?
We want easy. We want easy.
Yeah, so they were playing that in the background.
Surrounding them. And then Snoop. And what appropriate type of intro.
Perfect.
Bow wow
Perfect.
wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Doggy dogs in the motherfucking house.
Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Death Rose in the motherfucking house.
Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. The songs of a dog brings me to another day. Play with my bone, would you, Timmy? It seems like you're good for making jokes about your Jimmy. Well, here's a Jimmy joke about your mama that you might not like. I heard she was a Frisco dyke.
I'm about to bring out the mama?
Damn.
But fuck your mama, I'm talking about you and me, toe to toe. Tim, M-U-T, your bark was loud, but your bite wasn't vicious. And them rhymes you were kicking were quite bootylicious. You get what, doggy dog? Oh, is he crazy? With your mama and your daddy hollering, baby. So won't they let you know that if you fuck with Drake, then you fucking with Death Row? I ain't even swinging them things. I'm hollering 187 with my dick in your mouth.
Yeah. See, he was not playing, man. And he did he instead of calling him Tim Dog, he said Tim M-U-T.
Yeah, Tim
Called him
Mutt.
a mutt. You know what I mean? Like, and they had the part where he said, Frisco Dyke in the video. They had somebody like dressing like Shanae from Martin.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We had a dude dressed up like Shanae. It was bad. It was bad. So then the third verse. Now understand this, my Drake can't be touched. Luke's bending over, so Luke's getting fucked. Buster Muster thought I was sleazy. I thought I was a mark because I used to hang with Easy. Animosity made you speak what you spoke. Hey, yo, Dre, what up? Chip this off, low. If it ain't another hole that I got to fuck with, gap teeth in your mouth so my dick's got to fit. Whoa. That's crazy.
Yeah.
With my nuts on your tonsils while you're on stage rapping at your whack-ass concert.
What did you say earlier, Ali? You said it was like prison
This
talk.
is prison talk.
Yeah,
And even like in the video, so they have a dude dressed like Uncle Luke, and on that part we said Luke's bending over, so he literally bent over, and there's some dude looking like he's straight out of jail, like about to rape him, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was crazy.
What was that? Oh, sorry, it's a little ad here.
Oh,
Is it an ad on one of your guys' phones?
hold on.
Or mine?
Oh, that was mine. My bad. All right, here we go.
There's an ad on the site we're reading the lyrics from.
Sorry about that. All right, we're going to get on back to it. Let's see here.
Off your teeth, your mouth.
Oh, here we got the fit. Okay, with my nuts on your tonsils while you're on stage rapping at your whack ass concert, and I'ma snatch your ass from the backside and show you how Death Row pull off that who ride. Now you might not understand me, cause I'ma rob you in Compton and blast you in Miami. Then we gonna creep to South Central on a street knowledge mission as I steps in the temple. Spot him, got him as I pulls out my strap. Got the chrome to the side of his White Sox hat. You trying to check my homie, you best check yourself. Cause when you diss Dre, you diss yourself, motherfucker. Like that's just how they ended it.
And Snoop to cap it off is also dope too, because he's
talking
just
talking shit,
yeah.
just shitting on them the whole for like a good minute and a half.
He's really good at that too.
Just going in, just talking. Like it was really, the beat was playing at the end, and it was just like that part's been sampled with Joel singing. Like it just, again, they just really just took it on home with that part. But yeah, this was, like I said, this was before we get hit records that are diss records. This really was like the first one.
Yeah.
Before Hit 'Em Up, before Back to Back or Not Like Us, this was really the first commercial diss record that did something.
What's also important too is the sequencing, because the intro like set this track up like,
oh, that beat
beautifully.
is
When it came in, it was like
that beat is funky, but it sounds like menacing too.
Yeah, it was perfect sequencing.
Yes, absolutely.
And then Let Me Ride being the next track that we're about to get into. This one's a big time classic.
Man.
And this was a joint too before even Dre sampled it. Like the Let Me Ride thing.
Yes.
And yeah, that's also
like this song, like as far as like just driving around, I just love driving to it. Like this is like the perfect driving song, man. Love driving to this song.
And then that little break too, dun dun dun.
Mm-hmm. Before in between each verse, yep.
That was sick. Dr. Dre, creeping down the back street on D's. I got my Glock cocked because want these. So soon as I said it, seems I got sweated by some with the Tech 9 trying to take mine. You want to make noise? Make noise. I make a phone call. My coming like the Gotti boys. Bodies be found on Greenleaf.
That's a street on Compton. That's a street in Compton.
With their fucking heads cut off. Motherfucker, I'm Dre. So listen to the play-by-play, day by day. Rolling in your fold with 16 switches. And got sounds for the bitches. Clocking on the riches. Got the hollow points for the snitches. So won't you just walk on by? Cause I'm too hard to lift. And no, this ain't Aerosmith. It's the motherfucking DRE from the CPT on my rhyming spree, a straight G, hop back as I pop my top. You trip, I let my hollow points commence to pop, pop, pop. Yeah, cause if it don't stop, I'll have you put my shit in reverse, go back and take another spot, cause I'm
rolling in my 6-4.
With all that
saying, swing down, sweet cherry, stop and let me ride. What a hook!
Stop and
let me ride.
Hell yeah!
Right, hell yeah!
Let me ride. Hell yeah!
Like Dre he always knew when to add hell yeah for some reason. Like he always knew when to add that in any song. It always worked.
That's dope.
All right, we'll do verse 2. Just another motherfucking day for Dre, so I'll beginning like this. No medallions, dreadlocks, or black fists. It's just that gangster glare with gangster raps. That gangster shit makes a gangster snap. Word to the motherfucking streets and word to these hyped ass lyrics and dope beats that I hit you with, that I get you with as I groove in my fold on D's, hitting the switches. Bitches relax while I get my proper swerve on, bumping like a motherfucker ready to get my serve on. But before I hit the dope spot, I gotta get the chronic, the Remy Martin, and my soda pop. Now I'm smelling like Indonesia. Bus stop full of fly bitches and skeezers on my dick cause my foe won't hit. Pancake front and back, side to side, and all that shit. So when I crawl, I comes correct. Now if my bitch and my shit, it's your bitch you check. Now let the Chevrolet slide as I dip and make a trip to the south side. Yeah, rolling in my 6-4.
With all the bitches saying.
Like he just, like this is, those small elements, that's songwriting. Like there's rapping and then there's songwriting. To put those in, like Snoop just says rolling in my 6-4. That's it. That's all. Like see, like that right there.
That's a new sound cause you gotta go
and then just with all the bitches saying. Like that's Dre just knowing what to do and when to do it on every song.
Hell yeah.
Like that's it. See? He always knows when to add that. Perfect. It's perfect. Dre, man.
It kind of reminds me of that song. I was thinking of this right now. It kind of reminds me of that song that he did with Eazy-E, actually. The one that was like cruising in my 6-4.
Yeah, Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boys
cruising
in the
street,
hood.
Cruising down the street in my 6-4.
Yeah,
slapping the bitches, jocking the hoes.
It kind of reminds me of that a little bit, but it's a flip on it.
Yep,
like,
it's a flip on it. Mm-hmm.
The sun went down when I hit Slauson. Damn.
See, he paints the picture already.
The description is like,
puts the picture. Right,
I know where he's at. I know what he's doing.
I know what it looks like.
For what he has next. It's just a good story to tell. On my way to the strip, now I'm just flossing, checking my rear view, cause they will do jack moves, black fools, cause I smack fools. Try to set me up for a 211. Fuck around and get caught in a 187. But I don't represent no gangbang. Some like lynching, but I just watch him hang. So on and on. Why didn't you let me roll on? I remember back in the days when I used to get my stroll on. Did nobody want to speak? Now everybody peeping out the windows when they hear me beating up the street. Is it Dre? Is it Dre? That's what they say every single motherfucking day. These are very, very, very simple lyrics, but brought on with so much delivery.
It's the delivery.
So much
This is the
impact.
definition of how delivery can make lyrics sound dope.
Writing this type of stuff, a lot of people would second guess it.
Yeah.
They would, only because they doubt the delivery.
Correct.
But I ain't tripping. I'm just kicking it while my D's keep spinning and these hoes keep grinning. I'll be
Rolling in my
six
six
fault.
What everybody's saying. Like, that's just perfect.
Yeah, dude. This is
The beat just rolls. Like I
the
said,
beat goes too hard.
like I said, driving with this song playing, you just feel good.
Yeah.
Like you could, like this is, and you could play it, you know, middle of the afternoon, sun shining, evening with the sun going down, or late at night. It's still a vibe. Like,
Yeah.
that's
To
what
this
makes it
day.
so
Yeah,
perfect.
to this day.
Yes.
What I thought was interesting, the track after this takes a whole different approach, a whole different cadence. Like it really goes
Yeah.
to the left.
Yeah.
Like completely different. What are you laughing
It's like
at, Mark?
it sounds like a Twilight Zone. Like track 4
Yeah.
sounds like a Twilight Zone, like a very urban Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Like the day that took over.
Like
Man.
if they were born in the Caribbean or something like it. It just did something different.
Oh man.
And even the switch, the sequence to Nothing But a G Thang
Right.
was like a hard switch going into that.
Yep.
But
yeah,
I always-
because it went high as like
Yeah.
happy and then
Slow,
And then
back
back
up high
up.
again.
Yeah.
Because really, you would think that you would do Let Me Ride and then go right into Nothing But a G Thing.
Yeah.
You would think.
Yeah, you would
But they're taking you on a ride.
Right.
So rather than just stay here, it's like, no, we're going to take you way down here real fast. All right, cool. We got that. Now we'll go up here. Because
Yeah.
even with, like, you know, you had the intro,
Yeah.
and then it's Dre Day.
Right. Then it
So
goes
they
up
get
to
the
Dre
disc
Day.
record out the way early.
Yeah.
So you start hard hitting disc record. Now it's Let Me Ride.
hell yeah.
The day that took over,
Hell yeah.
Nothing But a G Thing. Like,
Still.
they found a way to.
Don't you have Still on there?
I think no. I took it off with the other one.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
man, okay.
But yeah.
But yeah, and then we get into, I mean, Nothing But a G Thing. I mean, whenever I see lists of, you know, the greatest, you know, rap songs of the 90s or even the greatest rap songs of all time, this song is always near the top.
Yeah.
Always. I don't care if
No
it's
matter where
2,
you spin
3,
it.
5, 1.
Unfortunately, got beat out by Snow though. That's the only thing that sucks.
Oh, yeah,
For
that
being
did get number one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's like
That's
the
crazy.
bummer that got
Wait, they
robbed.
said what did they say? Informer was the best.
No.
It was
It's-
number
no, on
one.
the chart because it
Oh,
hit number
yeah,
2.
yeah.
and it didn't go number 1 because of Informer. Ain't that crazy?
It's like,
So little
Keep boom boom down. Keep boom boom down. Yep. That's the reason.
From
Nothing
another
But a G.
land.
That's the reason Nothing But a G Thing didn't go number 1.
That's crazy, huh?
Go figure. But I mean, this song is just
Yeah, it's
beyond.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, this is
This one tells it all. Like
Yeah.
if you were to like really break this whole album down and you just were left with Nothing But a G Thing, that says
This
it.
is what
It
the album
culminates
is.
it all.
This
Yeah.
is the album. Like,
It's gonna find its way on any top 10, no matter where you slice it.
I don't care.
Like Ali
Yep.
was mentioning, it's like top 10 West Coast. This, boom, it's in.
It's
it.
in there.
Top 5, joints of the 90s.
it's
it's
gonna be
gonna
there.
be
there.
Yep. Like I don't.
Undeniable.
It's one of the most undeniable hip hop songs with arguably the most iconic opening line in the history of hip hop.
Music
The
video.
video is a classic.
Yeah.
And see, and what made the video so great, again, it looked like just a day in the life.
Just simple.
This was not.
Someone just turned their camera on.
Yeah, this was not. Hey, let's fly in some models and hey, let's bring some Cristal and let's rent this house and no, let's go to the homie house and just wake
Where's
up
he at?
and
Is
turn
he
the
ironing?
camera on.
He's ironing his clothes.
Like,
Okay, like
we about to turn the camera on and just film a day. Like that's what made this video so great.
yeah.
You know, mama talking to the kids, like it was perfect.
And it was following Dr. Dre behind him, like walking to Snoop.
Yeah.
He walked in the house. He's like, I hope you taking him out to get a job. He's like, yeah, we want to grow up and be just like you. like it was just everything about it was this is just as classic as it gets.
Who wants to start this one off? The iconic verse from Snoop.
I'll go. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop, Doggy Dogg, and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance. So back on up, cause you know we're about to rip shit up. Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble, cause ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Too loked out, so we crazy. Death Row is the label that pays me. Unfadable, so please don't try to fade.
See, already like just the cadence that he's playing with, this like
unbelievable. This is
flow like that.
This is songwriting. Like I said, there's rapping and there's songwriting.
Right. He's not just barring out like, "Hey yo, blah 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 blah." Like
he's melodically saying these words,
understanding the beat.
Yes, and then again, you get the perfect, hell yeah from Dre.
Hell yeah.
But back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is perfected, so I'm gonna let him understand from a young G's perspective.
That right there, iconic from a young G's perspective.
Like Snoop's vocabulary is underrated. Yeah. Like there's
enough credit.
There's rappers that are known for having a large vocabulary. Snoop's is very underrated from a young G's perspective. And before me digging a bitch, I had to find a contraceptive. And she could be earning her man, learning her man, and at the same time burning her man.
At the same time
burning her man. And I ain't with that shit, Lieutenant. Ain't no pussy good enough to get burned while I'm up in it. Yeah, and that's realer than real deal Holyfield. And now you hookers and hoes know how I feel. Well, if it's good enough to get up off a proper chunk, I take a small piece of some of that funky stuff. It's like this and like that and like this and it's like this and like this and like that and it's like this and like that and like this and Dre creep to the mic like a phantom. Oh, what a fucking setup,
man, dude. There's so much going on in there. It's like it's really, it sounds simple, but man, it's
like this and like that and like
cadence,
this and
even the change of like his tone when he's approaching the end of that verse, like when he goes, and that's real and real deal Holyfield.
And now you hookers and hoes know how I feel. Like
it's like already wrapping it up.
Amazing.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping, but I damn near got caught because my beepers kept beeping. I love that bar. But it's funny.
Don't you hate it when your beeper just goes off when you're trying to get something done?
Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back and relax and strap on your seatbelt. You never been on a ride like this before. I love that. Just that play with the word.
Yep.
With the producer who can rap and control the maestro. Maestro at the same time with the dope rhyme that I kick. You know, and I know I flow with some funky shit. To add to my collection, the selection symbolize dope. Take a toke, but don't choke. If you do, you'll have no clue of what me and my homie Snoop Dogg came to do. It's like this and like that and like this and it's like that and like this and like that and it's like this. And who gives a fuck about those? So just chill to the next episode.
I like the fact that he says to add to my collection the selection. Dre, used to be a DJ as well.
Yes.
And they used to call, in the dance halls, they used to call the DJ the selector. They used to call him, play with the selector's gonna play.
Okay.
And it's so much of the stuff.
The selection.
To
his collection.
A lot of the 70s, like funk style, even paying homage to like a lot of movies and films and stuff like that. So it's
you're gonna see that in Snoop's verse. So he does that.
Falling back in that ass with the hellified gangster lean, getting funky on the mic like an old batch of collard greens. It's the capital S, so yes, I'm fresh there.
Spelling it out.
Good Lord.
Snoop is the best at spelling it out.
It's the capital S, so yes, I'm fresh and double OP, DOGGYDOGG, you see? Like, what?
He's the best at spelling out.
He knows how to spell that name, man.
Showing how much flex when it's time to wreck a mic, pimping hoes and clocking a grip like my name was Dolomite.
The 70s movie.
Yeah, the 70s.
Yeah. And I don't quit. They think I'm in the mood for some motherfucking G shit.
Hell yeah.
So Dre.
What up, dog?
Give them what they want.
What's that, G?
We got to breaking off something.
Hell yeah.
And it's got to be bumping.
City of Compton. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that climax right there.
What?
To the song.
See, that's what I'm saying. Songwriting. See, this is more than just rapping. This is songwriting. You add a mini bridge.
Call and response.
Yeah. It's classic.
Knowing that they're going to be playing this outside.
It's smart.
With some call and response.
Genius. is where it takes place. Someone asked your attention. Mobbing like a motherfucker, but I ain't lynching. Dropping the funky shit that's making suck. Lynch mumble.
Mob right there.
Yep,
yeah.
yep. Mm-hmm. When I'm on the mic, it's like a cookie. They all crumble. Trying to get close and your ass to get smacked. My motherfucking homie Darky Dark has got my back. Never let me slip, because if I slip, then I'm slipping. But when I got my Nina, then you know I'm straight tripping. And I'm going to continue to put the rap down, put the Mac down. And if your bitches talk shit, I have to put the smack down. Yeah, and you don't stop. I told you I'm just like a clock when I tick and I talk. But I'm never off, always on to the break of dawn. See your wimpy to your win in the city they call Long Beach. Putting the shit together like your DOC. No one could do it better like this.
Ooh, that reference to the album.
Like that and like this and like that. And it's like this. And who gives a fuck about those? So just chill to the next episode. What a song, man. Yeah. And I just seen an interview with the rest, Mark Henry. He was saying that this song is where The Rock got Smackdown from.
Oh,
and Dre said I had to put the smack down.
That's crazy. Put the smack down.
Turn it sideways and take it straight into the.
Take the chronic and turn it sideways.
Lay the smack down on your candy ass.
Smoke an ounce to this and take the.
Lay the smack down on your candy ass, jabroni.
Hell yeah.
Go up Compton, take a left on Long Beach, straight to the Smackdown Hotel.
Facts, yep. But yeah, he said that's where he got Smackdown from.
All these directions.
Compton Boulevard to Long Beach Boulevard. You're right on Greenleaf.
Wow, that's funny.
Nah, but I mean, this song is just, it's as classic as it gets, man.
Yeah,
like I said, any list of greatest whatever in hip hop, this song is always near the top. I mean, I had the double XL that had I think it was 200, 250, something like that. Greatest hip hop songs of the 90s. This was number one.
Yeah.
Like
it sounds simple, but it's the energy, it's the tone, it's like all the production, like
it's
all
perfect. I mean that
and then like this, that, and like, this and that.
Come on. It's just classic. Yeah. It's I mean, it's as great. This is, I mean, not to be funny, but that's hip hop.
Yeah.
like
you broke the fourth wall.
You know what I mean? Like this song, I mean, that's hip hop, bro. Like this song encapsulates all of it from, call and response, the great hooks, the beat, the iconic, like I said, 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Like that's one of the most iconic openers ever.
Yeah.
Like if they made a list of,
I didn't even want to read it right now because it was so iconic, and I was like
it's one of the, like if they made a list of top 5 greatest openers in rap, that has to be on there. I don't care if it's 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. That has to be on there. Everybody knows that opening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, Snoop, you just remember, like when I think of that line, I just see the video.
Yeah.
Snoop getting up, putting a little coat on, like,
and it's so it's so cool because you see like the hunger in him.
Yeah.
Like he's a young Snoop.
I can visualize him getting up from his little seat, grabbing his little hoodie, grabbing the hat. Like I see him doing it while I'm reading that lyric. Like that's how legendary it is. I mean, even the in the hook when they first was doing like this, that I remember the video, the Lowrider was bouncing, little kid was doing this, and then he froze. Like it was just like all of it. I remember the part where they, the girl, they playing volleyball and they pull her freaking top off.
No, you were gonna mention that. Yeah. That wasn't iconic to me either. Especially the uncut version.
Should have got mentioned.
Like I vividly remember that. Like,
hey man, those are the iconic ones we remember. She was
playing. They said whoop, and then she go chasing the dude. Like it was just
it was everything. Playful. Yeah, it was
all of it.
I didn't want to be in this music video. What are you doing?
But that's what I'm saying. It felt like it was just a day in the life. Yeah. This did not feel like a music video.
And that's why I was saying, even though it sounds simple, you're not living the life that they're living. Like you're not carrying the same energy, the vocal tones, like the inflections.
It's about believability,
cadence. Yep. This is real.
And with the gangster rap genre, the believability has to be there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I can never spit a verse talking about my Nina because my Nina never trips because my Nina is non-existent.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, and the only weight that I'm moving is the extra weight that I do after burgers.
Right.
It's like there's but the believability has to be there. It has to be there when you're talking about hip hop music.
100%. I mean, and they do that. Makes it great. Yeah. I mean, like I said, the video was so amazing. Again, Dre directed these videos. Like he was one of the first artists directing his own videos.
Director Dre.
He directed nothing but G Thang and Dre Day. Like,
was there a lot of rap about weed on this album? Now that I think about it,
not really.
It's more so about.
That's why I said really it's
West Coast and stuff.
That's why I said the Chronic is really a metaphor for this album. Is dope.
Yeah.
Like
because
that's
in 2001, then there's some weed tracks.
There's songs like about weed.
Yeah.
Whereas this album, the only song that's about weed is, I think it's like an outro. It's called The Roach. You know, The Roach.
Yeah, The Roach. That's right. Yeah.
That's and it just make my bud the Chronic. I wanna get fucked up. Like that's it. Like that's. But other than that. No, there's no song on here about weed. Now, do they mention it? Sure.
Yeah, they mention it,
but no, there's no weed songs
like
on
the 20 sack skit too.
Right,
the 20 sack skit.
Yes.
Which was a play off of the game show. That was kind of cool,
right,
actually.
Right, yep.
Kind of funny too, so it's like that, a funny element to it.
Oh, yeah. No, this is where you first hear, as far as I know, first time we hear, the phrase "D's nuts."
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they did a little prank too before they started that.
D's nuts, like those cultural things that just that just seem normal now. This album spawned a lot of it.
There's a skit where the girl's like trying to see Dr. Dre, but there's like all the sounds of him like going
smashing
at it with the girl, and she's like, "Can I see him?" And
you got
the doctor's busy.
Lady of Rage is playing the second.
You got waiting in line with all the other ones.
Yeah. So there's some themes in there.
Continuing on the "I Just Want to Love You," the skit was like, "I just miss you."
Similar. Yep.
Yeah. Continuing on.
Yeah.
They continue to miss him.
There's a track too on here, just to mention this, the one that was really catchy with Snoop Dogg saying "bitches ain't
shit,
but
hoes and tricks." Yep.
Yeah, that was very catchy. I think even referenced in the 8 Mile scene. I think. But that was also a response to Roxanne.
Shante?
Yeah. Her I think about like men ain't shit or something like that, or something, boys ain't shit or something.
What?
So that was dope. That was actually pretty dope.
No, the song is hard.
Yeah, the song's dope. Man, piece of this album. What's our takeaways here after listening to this?
I think we just the stuff we just mentioned. I mean, it's an undeniable, iconic West Coast 90s album.
It's a foundation
brick. These are the albums. Hip-hop. These are the albums that we mentioned that that plant the seeds for future artists to base their whole conception of cinematic hip hop.
Yeah,
yes.
This is where hip hop begins for them.
Yeah.
So it's like and you need albums like this for that to happen, because then a decade later you get the new generation influenced by this. Then you get it just gets progressively better within.
I think this album starts to really bring the cinematic approach to things, because before then it was like, okay, this is a dope album, it sounds dope, but I really got more of the sense of the cinematic feeling when I listened to The Chronic. Like it feels like it's a movie.
Yeah, it does. Real. I mean, I feel like this came off the back of us getting, Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like Boys in the Hood was the first time the world got to see LA in that light. And then The Chronic, even though it came after it, was kind of like the soundtrack to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it almost was like if Boys in the Hood, I mean, it had its own soundtrack, which was great.
Right.
But it almost feels like The Chronic could have been the soundtrack.
You could just do like a Pink Floyd thing and play them both at the same time, both Boys in the Hood and The Chronic.
Like The
you
Chronic
get good moments to that.
Very easily could have been the soundtrack to Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really fits the mold of that era, that time. And I mean, I remember seeing, they were doing this thing talking about like different cultural things in the 90s. And there was this comedian, I forget his name, but he's from New York. And he was like, our impression of LA was, man, those guys aren't so tough. It's sunny all the time. He said, and then Boys in the Hood came out. And he was like, my whole perspective changed after that. Guys, we ain't never, been there. I think it can't be that tough over there. It's always sunny. He said, then Boys in the Hood came out. And I feel like this album, like I said, it just is another continuation that can illustrate what was going on.
Yeah, because then the common theme of cinematic feel to music comes later with Snoop's,
Doggy Style
thing, with Eminem's, the Marshall Mathers. And then you got the
50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
All cinematic.
All those albums feel like movies. Yep.
Feel like movies. And then Kendrick Lamar, a little bit of working with that.
Absolutely. All those albums literally feel like movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that. That's dope.
Classic.
If you guys haven't listened to this, man, check it out, man. Or if you guys it's been a while, check it out.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments though, like what are your thoughts? What are some of your favorite tracks? Some stories, even regarding this album, or even if you got to see them perform live or anything interesting that you guys want to share. The conversation continues, like it doesn't stop with us.
Yeah. This conversation's like a clock as it ticks and it talks. It keeps on going on and on until
the break of dawn.
I'm creeping and I'm creeping.
Yeah, because we're in the comments creeping and we're creeping and we're providing insight.
Right.
And then just also let us know why we're wrong. We're
Until
also
the
open
subs
for
start
that.
beeping. Yeah.
We're always open for good conversation.
Absolutely.
Granted, it has to be a little bit of substance. There can't be
respectful.
Yeah, keep it respectful and we'll be all right.
Respectfully disagree, please.
Yeah,
If you're gonna
exactly.
disagree, please do it respectfully.
Yeah, we can entertain healthy discourse and debates,
100%.
but it's not. This is whack.
Right.
We can't build off of that.
Come on.
So yeah. But excellent album. I think this was a great choice, Isaiah. Isaiah was the one to choose this, so it was a great choice indeed.
Yeah, it's a good starting place. We still got more with Dre to cover. But
For sure.
I thought we got more of Dre stuff.
Yeah, Detox, and we got more.
Lord.
We'll be around for Detox when it comes out.
We'll be waiting.
We'll be waiting with our clocks as it ticks and it talks, so we can wait.
Oh man!
To the MCs, if you drop a mic, drop a like, help us out, drop a like. Come on, there's 5,000 of you, and if 5,000 of you don't like a certain album, that's
like.
impossible.
Right,
It's impossible.
Drop a like.
Just sub.
We check
free.
the demographics. It's impossible.
It's free, man.
Yeah, it's free to drop a like. It's free to share.
Just subscribe.
Yeah.
Stop
Just
playing around. Just subscribe.
Hell yeah.
And then comment hell yeah with all the commenters saying
if you subbed, comment hell
Hell yeah.
hell yeah.